Hey creatures, it's me, Harrold here, and we're here cooking in the alchemy lab. Ain't that right, Steve? How are you doing, Steve? Doing okay? You all the way down here. Are you in the corner? Did you do something bad? You want to tell everyone about it? No? No? Okay, you just sit there, buddy. Have fun. It's me, Harrold, and that's Steve, and we're here in the alchemy lab cooking tonight. We like to talk about board games and movies and TV shows and video games. And tonight's video game is Doom. 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 Everyone sing the Doom song. Doom, 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 doom. Doom. Back in 1993, the Doom franchise was brought to life by id Software. I was not even alive yet. But to be fair, I was alive like 6 months ago. So now over the decades, the Doom guy, the Doom Slayer, the BFG, Doom Demons, because I don't know their exact names, which I'm sure they have plenty of. But they're all very recognizable. I know when a Doom Demon shows up. And over the years, they really have not messed up the formula. They really know how to make a game fun. Those early years was very experimental. Wolfenstein had just came out. id Software was a baby company. Anybody remember Commander Keen? I loved Commander Keen. It was a platformer for the PC. You would get like shareware and that kind of thing and download it to your PC and play like a platformer. It was Mario before we had Mario. And Commander Keen was full of energy and life and really brought a lot to the table for an industry that didn't have anything like it at the time. The success of those games allowed id Software to move on and make the first Doom. Doom, 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 doom. And that first game was a runaway success. Quickly came Doom 2, then Doom N64, which all added to the mythology a little bit. But now we've gotten into the modern age, and id Software has revisited the franchise and has added a bunch of lore, which we've really enjoyed going through. Yes, it's not as deep as Warhammer 40k. I mean, Doom doesn't have 300 novels written after it. But recent years, we've really seen an uptick on what id Software is bringing to the table for the Doom franchise. And they've added a bunch of mythology recently, which I've quite enjoyed. It's all about building a myth. I love stories about legendary myths. A modern day video game version of that. The Doom Slayer does not have a name. And over the years, that myth has grown and grown and grown. And with the new game, Doom Dark Ages, we've really seen how some good writing can really expand a myth into something truly special. All the characters are always talking about the Doom Slayer. All the stories surround him. All these horrific monsters always speak of him in whispered tones, which really adds to that myth building. And that's why I was a little lost in the video game, because it just jumps you right into everything, and I was very confused on what was going on. Like, the initial cutscenes showed the Doom Slayer being imprisoned by aliens, and I was like, why is aliens here? I didn't even understand. I knew we went to Mars, maybe there was an ancient civilization, but this is like a full-blown interstellar species. So I had to jump into the mythology and figure out what was going on. So I guess this alien species called the Makers are fighting the legions of hell because they opened a portal to it a really long time ago. You know, poop on them. And then humans came along and did the same thing. Poop on them too. And now here's the Doom Slayer cleaning up everybody's mess. So he joins up with some awesome knights and some aliens, and together they're all trying to defeat the forces of hell. The Doom game that came out in 2016 was a revamp for the id Software because they had taken such a long time between games. And then they made Doom Eternal, which kind of finished that story, even though, you know, the Doom Slayer can't ever die, you know, in canon. You know, he is vital to the story. That's why people, I don't think, like Doom 3 very much, because it doesn't feel like the Doom guy. But id Software brought back Doom in 2016, then made Doom Eternal, which had some awesome DLC and a lot of lore in it. And now we're in the Dark Ages, which is in like this gap in the timeline of the Doom Slayer between N64 and Doom Eternal. And now Doom's Dark Ages will lead up to Doom Eternal, which is a lot of fun. I like going back sometimes, especially after Eternal wrapped up the way it did. If they want to keep making video games, then Doom the Dark Ages is going to be the best way to go. The aesthetic is absolutely fantastic. I enjoy it quite a bit more than Doom's normal Mars or scientific facility or random hell dungeon mystique. Here it feels like I'm going through the medieval ages. Everything is swords and sorceries. You get this badass shield that they've introduced for the first time. And all these weapons come with different upgrades and new abilities, and you got to combo them together to get rid of the bigger demons because they'll have different armors and different things on them. So there's a lot of expansive stuff going on. Even though it is a simple game, there's a lot of depth here if you put in some time, especially with all the difficulty modes. Doom is definitely about creating an experience, making you feel like the legendary warrior that can just destroy everyone. You are the John Wick of demons. John Wick! John Wick! John Wick that way! John Wick that way! Wah, 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 wah. Ooh, parkour! John Wick! John Wick! I John Wick it! Woo, wah, 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 wah. Wah, 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 wah. I'm so fast. I kill you with a pencil. I kill you with a pencil. I kill you with a pencil. And that's what Doom feels like. A lot of John Wicking all over the place. It's very sporadic, jumps around a lot, but id Software does seem to want to add some lore for the first time, which I'm appreciating and lets me deep dive into things. I like the Doomslayer mythology and the way that the Doomslayer is treated in that story, and the game feels like an experience. They're trying to make you feel that way, which I can definitely appreciate. With an experience comes presentation, and Doom has that in spades. They immediately get you into the gameplay. They're giving you audio-visual cues. The music is crazy. You just want to rock out with it. And some of the guns have like musical tones that go in time with the music, and you're just sitting there headbanging the whole time like shooting demons. Somebody's got to take control of this gun, guys. I don't think I can control it very well. I'll keep trying. See, I can't even hold one way. It just keeps shooting skulls all over the place. Why do you just rail guns for days? My only disappointment was the opening, kind of. It throws you just kind of throws you in the action, which is good in a gameplay way, but for a story narrative, I was very, very lost. Thankfully, I'm okay with doing a little research, so I did a big lore dive, and I understand where the character is now. Also, I wish I could see a little bit better. I understand we're in hell, like everything's going to be dark and, covered in blood and that kind of thing. But, I do want to see what I'm shooting from time to time. And I do want to see them explode from time to time. And it's really difficult to get that in this game unless you turn up the brightness on purpose. Which, you want to experience the game the first time the way they intend it. But man, it's dark. Dark, dark. But I do think they achieved their goal. They made a Doom game that feels like the old Doom, but modern audiences can enjoy it. It almost feels like an arcade game the way it plays. And with scoring system and that, you could definitely turn it into that. They've designed it for you to do that. But for me, this is a one-time play kind of thing. I don't really return to shooting galleries that often, but now they've added all this lore, I'm very excited to see what happens next. Maybe I'm a little late to the party, so sue me, but I'm here now, so it's time to shoot some demons. Bang, 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 bang. Yeah! And remember to like and subscribe, preachers. Leave a comment for things you would like to see reviewed. We're here every day on our social medias. Subscribe to TikTok, subscribe to Instagram, and we're having fun every day there. Like and subscribe for all of your Harrold needs. Come join us and have some fun.